John here, and this is John's Beer Quest. Today, we've got beer number 6. Beer number 6 is the Hawkers Stout. It's the first stout I reckon I've drunk for a very long time. The website tells us to think dark, very dark, about this beer. I'm intrigued. It comes in a 330ml bottle. The ABV is 5.4%, which gives it 1.4 standard drinks per bottle. The bitterness count is at 35 IBUs, and while I couldn't find an SRM or an EBC count, I'm tipping it's going to be fairly high on that spectrum given it's a dark beer. The Hawkers Brewery is located in Reservoir, which is in the northern suburbs of Melbourne, Australia. The brewery's been distributing beer since 2015, but a more interesting story is the founder, who actually founded the first craft beer brewery in the Middle East, of all places, back in 2006, and by the end of that venture, they were exporting that product to over 20 countries, which is pretty cool. It was during a trip to Australia that they decided that they would set up a craft brewery here, and thus founded Hawkers. The name, Hawkers Brewery, is actually a nod to street vendors who were typically migrants and didn't need a great deal of capital or skill to push their cart around and hawk their wares or their products. All right, let's pop the cap off this one and see what we're dealing with. Wow. So they told us to think dark, very dark, and I'm thinking this is one of the darkest beers I've ever seen. It's pretty bright outside, and it's so dark that I can't see through it. It's that dark that I can't even see the carbonation level in the beer, which is crazy in itself. Although carbonation can't be that bad because the head retention's quite good. The scent of the beer, it's that, it's got a bit of chocolate to it, just a hint. Oh, I don't think it's going to taste like chocolate, but it's got that hint of chocolate and that really roasted coffee sort of scent to it. And that would have come from them roasting the guts out of the ingredients to make the beer as dark as it is. Let's see how it tastes. Yep, doesn't taste like chocolate. Doesn't taste bad though. I'll give them that. It's that roasted taste which really stays. That's the strongest of the lot. It's a pretty clean finish actually, which is not what I expected at all. I was not really sure how this would go, but I wasn't terribly looking forward to it. But it's a pretty clean finishing sort of beer. It's not overly bitter, but it's that roasted coffee bitterness. It's the only thing I can kind of liken it to that kind of hangs around with you after you've cleared your mouth of the beer. It's not bad. So that was the Hawkers Stout by Hawkers Brewery. I think the beer's okay, but I think it's situational. And what I mean by that is the stout is not something that I'd go looking for if I felt like a beer. But if I was out and having a char-grilled steak or a roast or something along those lines and wasn't going to have a glass of wine, then certainly I think this beer is something that you'd go looking for with that combo. The other thing is it's probably better enjoyed in winter. The reason I say that is because I've got this weird warm mouthfeel that's happening after drinking this beer. I haven't had that in any of the other beers that I've tried in this series. So I'm tipping that that's probably going to be better in the cooler months as opposed to the warmer ones. Alrighty, that's it for another edition of John's Beer Quest. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you guys again real soon.